Chelsea Handler is old. Heyo! All right. So, yes, Chelsea Handler has once again come to remind us of how happy and how very single she is as a woman in her 50s. And this time it came in the form of what I believe to be a TikTok video. I saw it shared around Twitter because I respect myself enough to have never created a TikTok, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, in the video, she talks about how she gets to do whatever she wants in her nice home by herself, and it's nice and clean, and she gets all the food that she wants and does all the things and travels wherever she wants to when she wants to. And yes, of course, it reeks of loneliness. Why are you making a video trying to convince the world about what the life of a single woman is like? And I could understand if it was a comedy bit, which maybe that is her highest level of what she can attempt in the realm of comedy. But the biggest joke portion, I guess, would be when she looked in her, calendar to-do list for the day and it said, whatever the F I want in large scrawled letters across the, different calendar sections. But, I mean, let's talk about this here. Let's break it down here. I personally believe and am attempting to work on building a family because that is the highest level of human purpose. Let's put it that way. There are many things that you can do, but there are very few things that you are supposed to do in this world, if you will, if there are any things. And one of the few things that we are supposed to do is procreate, which is why we were created with the tools specifically to do such. In general, of course, not everybody is as fortunate, and that is because there are many vast, unfathomable variables to the world, life, and purpose as we know it and don't know it, because we really don't know much of anything in this regard, although we walk around so full of ourselves because we try to pretend like the mystifying darkness of death and anything outside of our realm of understanding isn't horrifying. I do the same thing. I understand. But one thing I don't try and play that trick about is, pardon me, I'm parched. Family. I grew up in a household with two parents until roughly the age of like 9 or 10 when they got divorced. And I've seen a good share of what both sides of two-parent householding and then a single family home look like. Unfortunately, the single family portion came, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate or fortunate whether it came first or second. It's unfortunate that it would happen to anybody, and that's not a feel sorry thing. I'm speaking in generalities now. But I say all this to say that from what I experienced, even in personal preference, of course, I would choose a two-family household versus a single-parent household. Not only that, but talking about myself as an adult, I believe, I'm religious, so like I'm a Muslim, so I believe in, but I don't want to have multiple wives. I understand the concept of why polygamy would be a thing in places because there are only so many men and only so many women on the planet. So there's that, but that doesn't mean that I'm aiming to have multiple wives or anything like that. I couldn't even imagine having to deal with more women than just one, to be honest with you. Not on that scale. But yeah. So back to Chelsea Handler. She is, trying to convince us that she's very happy living a single life by herself. But I don't show too many people on the internet having to tell other people how great married life is when they enjoy being married. As a matter of fact, being somebody who transitioned into the thinking of wanting a family and everything, because I didn't always know that I wanted that, I have had to go out of my way to search for content revolved around running a functional and successful family. And one, that's because it's not easy to do. I won't lie to you and say that it's easy to do. And two, because it's not what seems to be, I'm not going to say like the popular thing right now, but we all know that the rate of people just staying single and divorcing is up from where it used to be. Because the average person is much more selfish in this day and age. And that's exactly what Chelsea Handler's video exemplifies. If you go through the video, it's me doing what I want, when I want, whenever I want, blah, blah, blah. I'm so cool. I get to choose all the time. And I'll be honest with you. In a relationship, the biggest thing that I struggle with is not being selfish with my time. Like, it's not hard, like, as in I do it, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, I want to be doing this, or I want to be watching that, or I want to be doing this. And it's a balance. Sometimes you do make time for yourself, but having that consideration for other people, and it's not just about the fun stuff, but it's about delegation of chores, because sometimes you're going to have to clean up other people's messes, and sometimes you're going to have to do things for other people. Sometimes people are going to get sick and you'll have to take care of them, or accidents happen and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, a lot of these are things that you don't, there's multiple different categories that I just talked about. As far as the sickness and stuff like that, that's things I'm afraid of. I would be honest with you. I'm afraid of loving somebody and then having to watch them die. But that is part of the bravery of understanding our mission and understanding that it already has a certain ending that's destined to. We're all going to die. So you better love somebody while you're here in that way. Do you. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. I'm just, giving my little flow of consciousness on the subject. But also, what was I gonna say? I had a point. Yes, on the other side, the doing things that people want when you don't want to do for entertainment, like, the other half of what I was saying on the selfishness, it's just good to do because that is a big portion of life. Like the honest sacrificing your time for others is the key to intelligently now. It's the key to success in totality. When you think about it from any angle, entrepreneurial or entrepreneurship, should I say, if you want to start a business, if you're serving people and your business is doing that, then you will be successful. If it's religious goals, then serving people usually helps to make, that is success in their eyes by, I guess, God and things like that. Or serving your family is successful because that is how it grows into a strong, galvanized unit that can build a community, a nation, and make life better for all of humankind, one step at a time. It all comes when everybody fulfills their unique position and role based off of their gender or who they are in their family. And what we've seen is a lot of shirk of those responsibilities in our time for the want of self-pursuit, endless self-pursuit. But I don't think that you're going to find happiness or any type of meaning walking this path through life alone. And I'm not going to talk about Chelsea Handler anymore because I know I just said I think they're not going to. And that was one of the few times where I'm actually going to speak out about other people in their lives and stuff like that. And if you say I'm wrong, hey, that's fine, because transitioning to myself, I thoroughly believe those words for me, which is why I want to be that. I want to be the man of a household, start a family. And I'm not going to lie. When I was younger, it originated from the idea of legacy and all of these things, which is cool. And I think that that's natural for a man to want that if you are a certain caliber of man, I guess. But at the same time, more so than legacy, I think it's about the act of fulfilling what we're here to do as human beings. And it makes a lot of sense from when I see my woman interacting with children, or when I interact with children, something sparks up here that feels, right in a way, that I feel like I'm getting to that age where it's supposed to be something that I'm doing. So, yeah, somehow this turned into a session where I'm talking about me and my personal life, but hope you enjoyed that little bit of that. But yeah, dude, Chelsea Handler is letting us know how very happy she is to be single, and I, for one, believe her.